Blog Talk Radio.
Live from Washington, D.C., it's Quintessential Listening Poetry Online Radio with host Dr. Michael Anthony Ingram.
All right, good evening, everyone. I am Michael Anthony Ingram. This is Quintessential Listening Poetry, and tonight is a very special night because we have with us the winners and participants in the AaronRThePoet's Poetically Correct Poetry Contest. Aaron, are you with me?
You know it, Michael.
I always get that wrong.
Yeah, you always trying to make me into a something. I think, so one of these days that might be my calling or something.
You never know, man. You never know. All right. This is, again, a fantastic occasion, my friend. Talk to us about the poetry contest.
Yeah, and it's always a privilege and honor to, have you as one of the guest judges and, you allowing us to come on your platform. So definitely want to salute you first for everything you do. And, yeah, it was a great contest. We had, I want to say 12 people this time around. And then we had 2 winners, but all of the poets were wonderful. I think we got at least 3 of them now that you're going to hear from in a little bit. But it was a fantastic competition. For those of you who didn't get a chance to see all of the poets, it is on my shameless plug YouTube website, youtube.com/AaronRThePoet. And, check it out. Make sure you give everybody some love because everybody was great.
All right, fantastic.
I guess, Michael, you ready to get right into it tonight?
Let's begin this journey, my friend, because I'm ready to hear some poetry.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah, so.
Who's up first? I think her name is India. Hold on, India.
How's it going, everyone? Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
I feel awesome. Thank you for asking.
Fantastic. Tell us about yourself. Tell us about your journey in terms of poetry.
I actually started doing poetry ever since I was a child. My mother is my inspiration for doing poetry. She literally would take me to Beaver College, and every Saturday we would go and I would pick a book and I would read. And she also took me to the main branch library, and she introduced me to books of all genres. So that's what inspired my love of writing.
What was an early experience when you think about writing where you felt that poetry had power?
I would say when I hit puberty.
All right.
I've been doing poetry ever since I was a little girl, but it wasn't until, teenage years I was like, okay, I got a little bit more to say.
All right. And here you are today.
Huh?
And here you are today, the woman that you are, sharing poetry. All right.
Yes.
Well, at this time, please favor us with a piece.
All right. So this piece is called Black Genocide. This is a poem that I actually did for Aaron and everyone. So, head, shoulders, knees and toes, head, shoulders, knees and toes, eyes and ears and mouth and nose, head, shoulders, knees and toes, Black genocide. They tell us to stay dangerous. I tell them to kiss my anus, suck up middle fingers. What about when they used to hang us from trees while you smoke them? These dope dudes help the cause to the hood genocide. Black genocide. Got more creeps on their side than left side. Black genocide. Dope fiends and addicts got more popped out veins than acrobatics. I wonder if being black in America is a bad habit that the world tries to kick. trying to say hi without the hits. Black genocide. Why can't I write about roses or red and violets or blue? But I'm writing about this, black genocide. I wonder if America is going to hell in a handbasket. No need for a casket. I'm just asking. Sleeping Beauty in her sleep and they still shot her. Who shot you? What about the future of Brianna? Black genocide. What if heaven was 1 mile away? You had to walk through the hood to get to it. I wonder if all my blaster brothers who died in the streets ever got to it. Black genocide. Wisdom is in the middle of the street screaming for y'all to get your life right. Black genocide. The street is still undefeated, but you think you're going to cheat it? Will you believe it once you're stretched out in them red bleeding? Black genocide. You sow what you reap, but your whole squad rats what you eat and cheese it. It's more to life than sitting in front of corner stores and dangling Jordans from telephone poles. I wonder if they know. Black genocide. It's like living in the hood is the rich man's experiment, and being broke in the hood is his project. This makes sense, eh? Black genocide. When you gonna wake up, be black genocide? If hell had a limbo, the hood would be it though. Hit the glass ceiling, make a meal without the window. Innuendo. I wonder if they know. Black genocide. Let's go outside. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes. Eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Black genocide. Let's go outside. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Oh, a black genocide. All right. What you think, Aaron? Isn't that incredible?
Yeah, India. Yes. That took me back, too, because I definitely remember when you did that for the contest. That was wonderful.
Yeah,
Thank you.
That was great.
Anything else you wanted
you.
to add, India, to how you formed that piece?
Yes, great question.
The current state of the world. I mean, no one can really say that they're living in a bubble, but, you know, the world is flipped upside down, and just seeing what's, you know, going on in the news and newspapers, you know, you're hearing different stories. How can you not write about black genocide? So that was my inspiration for writing it.
Talk about the bookends of the singing. Talk about that piece. That was fascinating.
Thank you. So I'm very, very, very eclectic within my style. I think of some of the most interesting ways to take something uncomfortable and make it very childlike, or something that most people like, or they don't like, or they hear, or catchy. Of course, Head, Shoulders, Knees, and Toes, it's a game, a children's song, a game that we've all played, you know, growing up. But when you hear black genocide, you hear, you know, people getting murdered, they're getting shot in their head, everywhere. So I took something that was so graphic and I made it very juvenile, and I connected the two to make it make sense.
All right. I like that. That's a novel approach. I like that. I like that a lot. All right. Thank you so much. And we look forward to hearing you again. Okay?
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
All right. Aaron, are you ready for the next person, my friend? This is poetically correct.
Yep.
You ready for the next person?
You already know
All
it.
right, my friend. I know it, man. I know it. Okay, the next person is Maya. Hold on 1 second. I want to bring Maya in. Hello, Maya.
Hi, this is Maya. Hi,
Maya,
how are you doing?
how are you? All right.
I'm doing well.
This is awesome.
All right.
Thank you
Talk
for
about
having me.
poetry. Tell us about poetry. What's your journey been like?
So my journey, it's interesting. I realized I always had a gift for writing. And I noticed it at the very tender age of 8 years old. I would write school books and scary stories. And I think, as I was kind of telling Aaron, that my passion and meaning for poetry transitioned as I started going through life. I would say now my poetry is about deeper things, about love, friendships, sad moments, happy moments, success. I guess I would say poetry really took on a deeper meaning for me in a way I'm able to relate to the world and the way I'm able to translate my feelings into words. I'm definitely like a feeler. So I come from that perspective. So everything I write, I can tell you, just to be honest, I sometimes get emotional. It conjures up some kind of emotion. So that's why I really love the art of poetry and why I initially fell in love with it. It's a beautiful art.
Right, that's beautiful. It is a beautiful art. Was there a specific instance where you learned that poetry had power? I guess I'll ask that of everyone. Was there a specific incident?
Yes, I would say I was a freshman at UCLA, and I went to the open mic night on Wednesday, and I remember performing my first poem called Time. And it was about my first ever breakup with my boyfriend. And I remember I started crying, and I was like, oh, my God. Like, it was very impactful for me because at that time I experienced my first love, my first everything, and it was meaningful. That's when I knew poetry was something I can always go to as an outlet and as a way to not only inspire myself or to keep me present, but to inspire other people as well.
All right, that's nice. I like that. Well, now is the time for you to shine again. Please share work with us.
Okay, so this poem is called Different. I wanted to perform this poem because it is Black History Month. And mind you, it was written last year in December 2021. So you'll see why I'm saying that very shortly. Okay, so different. Different is the new normal. Being different is a blessing. You are inspiring others to be themselves, which I am at the pressures of society makes it hard to do something that should be so simple. The new outcast is the new popular. Let's revel in our differences, can bask in our ability to be innovative thinkers and creative. It's 2021, leading into 2022. We are in the 21st century. Let's use this world as our blank canvas to be dynamic and multifaceted individuals, Black queens and Black kings. Don't let anyone make you feel as you have to tilt your crown to meet them where they are at. No, sweetie, they have to meet you where you're at eye level, and nothing less, because your greatness and light cannot be dimmed or altered. There was no shadow cast on your soul. You were meant to be great. Your impact was made to inspire young men and women to walk in their purpose and to lead with authenticity. Black queens and Black kings, let's empower and uplift one another. We are part of a revolutionary and contagious culture of Black artists, scientists, doctors, lawyers, entrepreneurs, chefs, musicians, and the list goes on. We are brilliant. We are a force to be reckoned with. Different is the new normal. Let's continue to rejoice on what makes us one of a kind.
Wow.
That's it.
Wow. Oh, wow. I don't know what to say. We are not worthy. We are not worthy.
I really appreciate
that. I don't
Talk
know.
to us.
What do I say about that?
What do you say?
So that was the one. So Maya, that was the one you said that you, when you read that, you got emotional, or that was a different one? The one you said that that was.
So I didn't get emotional from this one. I just felt very uplifted and empowered as a Black woman. This one made me feel so proud, so proud. So I would say that's the kind of emotion that was conjured from reading this, from actually writing.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about the construction of the poem. Tell us a little bit about your process.
Mm-hmm.
So a gentleman, his Instagram is @FriscoPalms. He came to me and he was like, Maya, I would love for you to kind of take part in this little work that I'm doing. I want you to write this positive message about, our Black community, social injustice, racial inequality, etc. So I'm like, well, let me write something that's related to uplifting and empowering Black queens and kings. I think too often we're not shown in a positive light in media, social media, in our world. And I think we have so much beauty to offer, so much to give in our culture. It's so diverse. So that's why I kind of put this line in there called contagious culture. Our culture is so contagious. Our culture is mainstream culture. And I really wanted everyone to feel just how powerful we are as Black kings and Black queens. That was
all right. You are. Wow, you are a Black queen at that. Thank you. Thank you so much.
We getting deep tonight, Michael.
I see, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, but
that was wonderful.
We do this every week on my program.
I'm happy to hear
all
that.
right. That's right. All right. Thank you again, Maya. Beautiful work.
Definitely.
All right.
Thank you.
The next person is camille.denine. Hello.
Yep, Camille.
Hi.
Hey. How are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good for the Lord. Tell us about you. Yes.
Camille is from, well, just to go back, I forgot to say where in India was from. I want to say New York or something. And I know Maya is from California. And I think Camille is in Atlanta.
I am, yes.
So, yeah,
all right.
all over the states participating tonight. But go ahead, Michael, my bad.
No. What I was going to do is that I was going to ask each person on the next go-around, where were they from? So you just did it for me, so that's perfect. We can still ask them again. Yeah, see, great minds think alike, my friend.
That's
all right. Back
right.
to Camille, man. Back to Camille. Tell us about you, Camille. That's what I want to know.
I'm in Atlanta, like Aaron said, and I'm a poet. I'm out here just trying to, get my feet on the ground and everything like that. I started poetry when I was in high school. So I've always been a writer. I've been writing my whole life. But it wasn't until – I'm sorry, were you saying something?
No, just listening.
Okay, I'm sorry. It wasn't until my junior year in high school that I actually my best friend, her name is Mimi. She's a really dope poet. And I watched her do poetry, and it literally blew my mind. And I was like, wow, I wonder if I can do that. So
all right.
I started doing poetry, and I really fell in love with it. And I'm a very emotional person. So it definitely is therapeutic for me as well.
All right. So was it your experience with your friend, the early experience that you felt that poetry had power, or was there something else specific that you said, hey, let me embrace this, let me run with it?
A specific moment? No.
Yes, if it was.
I won't say it was a specific moment. I'm just going to say just because once I started writing it, I knew that it was for me. Once I started actually putting pen to paper and, writing about it, like with my emotions and everything like that, and how I felt after the release I felt from it, I knew it was for me.
All right, and that's power in itself. All right. Well, without further ado, Camille, you're on stage.
I have a piece I'm going to do called Wordplay. If I wasn't in tears when I wrote it, it's not fire. Seeing this how my art seems to be inspired by my questionable decisions and my anxiety-ridden thought process. I guess you could say that I'm overly critical of myself. I'm not a rapper, but I'm still lyrical. An overthinker, I'm analytical. I'm not average, far from typical. I give a new feel like someone you've never met before. I'm obsessed with myself. I'm my only competition. A child of God, I'm forgiven. And anyone who knows what I've grown from is a witness. Not really interested in your opinion. I can't expect eyes blind to the vision to understand the mission and why I move with such precision. It's that serious. Last summer, I found out that I'm still toxic. I really don't mean to label myself. I hate boxes. If I don't pay close attention, shit can get real chaotic, moving more on emotion and less logic. Imagine me, a hopeless romantic with a thing for niggas who can't understand it. The little girl on the playground with the crush on the boy who pays her the least attention. 27, still ain't came to my senses. I like them unavailable and rough around the edges. All that love they need is so precious. I think I need a new therapist. I've been talking to her every couple of weeks, but still feeling like a surrogate. I'm carrying around dead weight like a miscarriage. On top of that, I think I'm having a late 20s crisis. Time really is priceless. I've been playing myself. It's time to increase my prices and decrease my accessibility. I'm cutting bad vibes off incisively. I feel 30 coming for my neck like it's sick of me. I'm dodging my fear of failure like it's throwing bricks at me. I'm not satisfied. It feels like I've romanticized what my 20s were supposed to be. I don't know what to expect. I just know that it's better to follow my dreams than it is to be complacent with just a stable check. No longer willing to sacrifice my creativity for a job. I'm not a worker. Paying me just enough to get by isn't worth it. I no longer have the luxury of staying undecided. It's time to come out of hiding. It's go time, either go forward or stay silent. And I ain't never been the type to keep quiet. Too much mouth. Born in Cincinnati, but raised in the South, Atlanta baby, a Georgia peach, no doubt. It's such a flex here. I've seen a lot, so I'm not easily impressed, dear, at least not by material things. I'm a real princess, like actually raised by a king, so I'm not really new to anything. Don't be confused. I show love because I'm genuine. It's on you if you choose to abuse it or misuse it. I'll keep being myself. I'm moving love fluent. I'm resilient. I lick my wounds and keep moving. My value only gets higher the more experienced I become. Everything the world throws at me, I've overcome. So to the pressure, I'll never succumb. Because when it's all said and done, and I'm finally the woman I'm supposed to become, I'm coming out guns blazing like Tony. So if you don't, now is the time to get to know me because I'm only getting better like Kobe. Thank you.
My goodness gracious.
Oh.
Goodness.
Talk about poetic power. Talk about power. That was phenomenal.
Thank you so much.
I think my question to you too, and I think you may have said this in one of your pieces or something just about your emotions behind stuff. Like, to me, it feels like the stuff that you say, like you really, almost like you really experienced it or you were really there. Like, is that
I 100% experienced it.
And is that like part of most of like you write about is like your experiences mainly?
Yeah. To be honest with you, my entire reasoning, like my whole message in my poetry is very much, yes, it's personal. It's linked to my experiences and the things that I've been through. But I also just really, I've been through a whole lot, and the only reason I made it out of anything is literally because of God. And all I want to do with my message is I just want to talk about, it's just vulnerability, authenticity, and just how my standing with God from a vulnerable and authentic place just has helped me, like in actual life, because otherwise I'm like a legit freak show.
All right. All right. If you must say so yourself. All right. All right.
Amen.
Literally. Therapy. It's a mix of therapy and God, prayer. Therapy and prayer.
Right.
That's it.
There's a huge connection between mental health and poetry. It's a major connection between the two. So I think that people having opportunities to write, to share, to just vent is so very, very important. Whether you share with anyone else or not, just that time that you have to just get it out of your system is what's important. Wow. Yeah. Well, I want to thank you.
Thank you
All right.
so much for having me.
Oh, yes. You're more than welcome. All right.
Michael,
We've got a couple more people because I don't. Yes, we do. Let's see. We've got area code 404. The first three numbers are 210. You're on the air. Good evening. Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, pretty good. And yourself?
Can't complain, sir. It's been a pleasant one.
You can't complain. And your name is?
Chef.
The defending champion.
The three-time champion. All right.
If the IRS asks, I lost. They love checking every time I make some.
All right, deal.
All right, let me bring one other person on. Yes. Okay, I'm bringing the other person on, and we'll go in order. Okay, but I'll bring this person on so I can acknowledge them. Area code 321. The first three numbers are 415. You're on the air. Good evening. Hello. Well, maybe they're just here to listen.
Hello?
Your name, sir?
Are you here to just listen, or are you somebody that was in the contest?
Oh no, I won one of the contests.
You were not in the contest.
Yeah, I'm in the contest.
You in the contest? And your name?
Con Science 101.
Oh, Con Science 101. All right.
Why you call here like
all right,
man?
All right. Welcome.
You know we family.
Welcome. Well, what I'd like to do now is focus on Shell for a few minutes as the winner, and then we'll come to you, Con Science, all right?
All right, 10-40.
All right.
Yes,
all right.
Sir.
Chef, tell us everything, man. Talk about your journey in poetry. You've talked about it 3 times now. Talk about it one more time.
Well, it started when I was a baby. My mother used to write poems, and we couldn't afford diapers, so she wrapped them in me, and she told me I would be something. I'm capping. None of that happened. Not a single word of that.
All right.
Look,
hey.
I was with you.
We take everything on this show.
I was an irresponsible college kid, all right? Who later became an irresponsible young adult, but still, I was an irresponsible college kid. I wanted to be part of something that didn't involve a party, so I joined a poetry club. I got thrown into a slam because apparently I rap well in the back of classrooms, but did not sell enough drugs to make a career out of that. So that's how we started. I nervously wrote something for the slam during the slam because, again, we're irresponsible. It worked in round 1. It worked again in round 2. In round 3, I decided I should do better, and I wrote in the kinesiology class I had 3 hours before the slam because we're only doing better in baby steps.
All right.
We won.
All right.
Got sent to the College Union Poetry Slam Invitational, and I messed around and fell in love with an art form.
Nice.
And I'd always loved so many things. I'd always loved so many things, but this was probably the first one to love me back for real.
Oh, wow. Wow, man. That really touched me, just hearing that. That was weird. Yeah, it was deep.
I always thought it was a special feeling when you pour into something and you see it pour back.
Yes.
That's kind of how my relationship with poetry works.
All right. I like that, man. I like that a lot. Can you think of one specific experience where you recognized that poetic language had power? Anything come to mind? Where you potentially touched someone?
I did a poem. I did a poem at a showcase called Soul Cypher in my 3rd year of college. And in it, I addressed being suicidal because I have been at a couple of points. We good now, though.
All right, no problem.
And, like, it was the usual after performances, people coming up to you, oh, that was amazing, that was deep. And, like, some freshman I had never met before. He was like, yo, can I just talk to you for a second? I was like, okay. And then we go to the side. And we just ended up sitting there for, like, 30 minutes just talking about mental health and feelings, and he shared how he related to the piece with me and how it made him feel that he actually wasn't alone. That was probably the first time.
All right. I like that, man. Well, without further ado, my friend, Chev, it's on you to begin this journey with your poetry.
Question.
Yes.
How foul is my mouth allowed or not allowed to be?
Your mouth is allowed to be whatever you want it to be.
Well, let the record reflect, I ask, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
Let's see here. After waiting 1 month, 3 weeks, 4 days, and however hours we are into this day for new days, I'm willing to admit I may have been had, hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok. I've been nice as fuck. And a nigga ain't spent shit for Christmas. So, this year, me and my boys decided we all gonna rob Santa Claus. Feel free to come along. He gonna pay what he owes. Look at that motherfucker skipping my house every year like we don't pay tithes. Like we don't bake cookies. I mean, a bearded white man who's been watching everything and coming back to bless you just for being nice never made sense in my neighborhood, but we learned to say our prayers anyway. We wrote our lists anyway because we wanted things. I wanted my mother off the naughty list. I want to know why she got to work every Eve, Xmas, and Boxing Day just fighting to feed this family. I want to know how much fruitcake she got to make for her Jesus stops giving his birthday party. Hell, I just wanted a bike when mine was stolen. I remember my boys found out who had it. Couldn't we ride on him and let Jingle Bell rap? So we found out his mama smoked it. So with his bike, turning her body into the chimney they never had, now he just praying to get her off the cycle. I started playing ball in high school. My parents got me one for 4 straight years. I don't know if they thought this was the only way I'd make it out of here or if they just worked too many hours to know anything else about me. For college, I moved out the South to a city where it always snows, hoping that'll get me close to the privilege of a white Christmas. It's hard not to be the Grinch when every walk and your shoes turns green mile back at home. My father's chestnut skin was roasting like an open fire because 3 unwise men with stockings over their heads open fire trying to take our gifts and his presents. I found out from the streets that always seem to hear everything but don't see nothing. So I asked my mother why she ain't tell me. She gonna tell me it's more important that I focus in school. Like me training to be a good Christian capitalist still a bigger deal than our fucking lives. And I'm fucking tired of this bearded white man skipping over my house like we ain't paid our fucking time. Xmas supposed to be a birthday party, but the Jesus I seek in no candles. This crosses the bear and burn under, more likely to be in a box by the age of 25 than to receive one on December 25th. We get no carols, just Karen singing till sirens. But so fuck it. If I can't bring Santa to the hood, I'm gonna bring the hood to Santa. I want in the North Pole with a long nose, so everybody breathes. And them L's looking like Lord knows. Lord knows the pain of people who have prayed for everything but ain't gotten nothing. So this Christmas, my wish list, the hit list of the rich men who slave ride to the moon just to skip the apocalypse. And every politician who's ever promised a pot to piss, and I ain't taking naughty list names. I'm taking hostages. Load the bag and get to slay. Jack Frost will be in the way. Mrs. Claus and the mistletoe. Then every kiss begins with K. Tell Kringle the time for us to mingle was in the past. There's one give a fuck about your presence. I done got used to your absence. Packages can't replace all the things that we lost. Look at my eyes, nigga. You don't know what innocence costs. I've been plotting on this moment since I was 16 years old. Interrupted your off season, not even looking for gifts, man. I came for the core. You see a pressure make diamonds, and my surroundings got the stretch to make a chain here. We give one out for every time we turn a deaf ear to the pain here. Give out shine instead of shackles like most of the chains that they wear. And if we don't get to see sunshine, cause we just gonna have to hold the reindeer. If we don't get to see sunshine, at some point you just have to hold the reindeer. Man, wouldn't you come for everything? If you came from nothing,
Wow. Chef.
Man,
you know,
as I don't have control. I would have kicked you off, muted you, and everything. Good grief! Dang it!
Listening to you, you never seem to take a breath. It's continuous. To me, it was like being on a roller coaster that went up and down, in and out, back and forth. That's how I felt listening to you. What I want to know is, what happens inside your body when you're emoting like that, man?
I step out of it to watch.
Oh, wow. Now, that's deep. Did you hear that?
Yeah. You got to say more about that.
Yes, you do, man.
Give us more than that, Chef.
Honestly, when I'm performing poems, I just allow my body to go back into the feelings of the experiences. Like, I really did start only getting just one Walmart basketball a year for Christmas, because as far as my parents had time to know, that was my whole personality. And it's what we could afford. So I always appreciated them, no matter how clean the one from last year still was. I really did lose all my bikes. I really did lose friends. I really was the kid who asked why his mother has to work every Christmas. And I just allow myself to go back into those places. And as far as, like, knowing what to do when performing, through all the emotions again, my brain is just left and is, like, up next to me or above me or behind me just watching. It's kind of why I have to practice the poems so many times, because I don't want to be on stage in any performance consciously thinking about that.
Yes, understandable.
Right. And I just got one more question, Chef, because, you know, and hopefully we'll hear another piece from you when we go back around, but all of your pieces, you know, I thought are pretty, you know, dope and awesome, but where do you think that this creativity kind of comes from? Like, I mean, in this case, you pretty much, I mean, you pretty much said we're going to rob Santa Claus. You know, you took a friendly holiday and added your twist to it. And like Michael said, like a roller coaster and, like, engage. And I can kind of see some of the things you're saying, like, kind of, can you tell us how that process of you writing kind of comes about?
Me and my friends love talking about perspective on random things. Like, who was the real villain of the movie versus who was the plot villain of the movie? What holidays are actually messed up? What traditions do we have that are actually messed up? Because eventually we're going to be adults. Like real ones, not like the fake adults I am. I'm 24. Eventually we're going to be adults, and we're going to be responsible for setting up the cultures of our homes and setting up the cultures of our neighborhoods. So everything that could possibly come up and how to be and how to talk and how to think, we've all thought about it. We've all talked about it. And we just try to come to the best understandings we can.
Wow.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
I love the word powerful. Powerful. You're a powerful man. You have a powerful voice, man. Continue shining your light. And thank you.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
All right. Wow, we're on a roll tonight, Aaron. We're on a roll, man.
I know, man.
His talent is amazing.
I know, right? Everybody been deep tonight, too. And what we got next? What, Conscience?
Conscience, yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Conscience 101. You're on the air.
I know what's
Hey, how y'all doing out there tonight?
Doing all right. All right. Tell us about your journey in poetry, my friend.
my journey in poetry started when I was 7. I started battle rap. To me, rap has always been highly intertwined with poetry. You know, yes, the origin of rap was rhythm in poetry. You know, so it always came from poetry. So when I was approached by a couple local poets, Blue Bailey and Eddie Figures and Debbie Brooks, when I was approached, they came to me with the idea of changing like my rap form into more of a poetry, you know, and yeah, man, it changed my life. You know, it changed my life. Poetry definitely has definitely done a lot for me. You know, not only financially but just mentally. You know, it's been a safe haven for me to go to. You know, to get a lot of things off my chest.
Mm-hmm. You know, that is so important, as we've kind of talked about all night, just being able to get it off your chest, man. You know, so when you think about an early experience, I know you talked about the people coming to you. Was there another experience that helped you realize that poetic language had power? Anything else coming up?
Yeah, my 4th poetry slam, I had won a couple poetry slams already, and I was feeling confident going in. But there was a kid next to me that wasn't so confident. You know, she had a stuttering problem, and well, she felt as though like everyone was gonna, you know, laugh at her because her dad put her on stage for the poetry slam. Her dad is a local legend, but I decided that because I was going a few acts before, I was gonna stutter throughout my piece, and you know, of course, the first stutter got some laughs. You know, the second stutter got a little less. The third, they were listening. By the 8th stutter, you know, they were snapping along with me. So by the time she got up there, you know, there wasn't any laughter for her. You know, so from that day on, I realized that, you know, poetry can do a lot more than just, you know, ride a beat. You know, it can change lives. You know, it can give confidence to other people. So from that moment on, I stuttered in all my pieces.
All right, man. It's beautiful.
Wow. So you did that on
quite
purpose,
a story too.
Just for that.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that is a good one. Good story, man.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say to that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't even know. And I'm always talking. I don't know what to say.
We might as well just go to the poem after that.
That's right. What I will say, man, favor us with a poem. That's what you do. All right.
Yep.
All right. How y'all doing out there tonight? I said, how y'all doing out there tonight?
All right.
If you down to hear some dope poetry tonight, let me hear you say, show you right.
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 Well, all right. For those of you that don't know, what you're witnessing is what I like to call sky or high learning. Never mind. I'd like to welcome y'all to Con Science 101. I'm your host, Contents. Just say con if it makes sense. And I'm here to raise your conscience level, so shit. We gonna get into to a poem. Is that all right?
That's all right.
Yeah. That's all right.
Show you right.
All right.
When I was 3, my mother and me would share a game amongst the stars. She'd hold me in her arms with love in each palm, and she'd tell me I was her little angel. She'd give my third eye a kiss and propel me into my dreams. Her, sun amongst the stars, descending every once in a blue moon. Tidal waves would cross against our face when thoughts of being so close to success came and fell short. In that moment, I developed a phobia, the fear of heights. The fact being that I indeed was afraid to fail. Paralyzed by the images my mind would conceive, I could never prevail. Stagmented and cemented by the need for control. See, the fear of heights is the fear of letting go. To know that with outstretched arms and passion in your soul, you could reach your goals just beyond the stars. But fear is the cosmic mass of Mars, awaiting to snatch every decision in submission to us all. Fears, forgetting every accurate reason to soar. Fears, forgetting every accurate reason to soar. See, we catapult our dreams into the skies but never reach for them at all. Fears. What is fear? But the illusion that does rob us of the opportunities we could have. If the scared could fly, then I would most likely cower in the sky. And when I died, I'd slowly decompose to earth. For since birth, I've been worth nothing more than a child that can merely cry. So to fly is an act that I would never try. How many of us can relate with that statement? I said, how many of us can relate with that statement? How many of our dreams and blessings have been put on the wait list, curved to the S, yet still stimulating sour serenades that sing serenades of complacency. We got it down to a T till we trick tutors into teaching that time is everything. Tiptoeing like confused ballerinas, our minds spin half truths until time is everything wasted. So I asked, what is fear but the illusion that doth rob us of the opportunities we could have? Tonight, you and I are no different. Tonight, you and I are no different. I said tonight, you and I are no different. Tonight, you and I are no different. Captured caterpillars caught cocooning in the conformed cubbies of our minds. You see that's where fear lies. Tonight, you and I are no different. But what is fear? I'd ask everybody in attendance in the house, and I'd ask everybody in attendance in the house tonight to take out their left hand, take out their left hand and hold it to the sky. I said, take out your left hand and hold it to the sky. Now I want you to ball it up real tight, and I want you to squeeze from the bottom of your soul, because fear cannot live there any longer. I want you to put it to the side. And with your right, I want you to reach for your dreams that we have convinced ourselves were impeached. Reach until you no longer have use for your feet. Reach until you have left your feet. Reach, young butterfly, because you are fly to me. Now, before bed, I hold my niece instead, who's reached the age of 3. I hold her in my arms with love in each palm, and I tell her she's my little angel. I give her third eye a kiss and propel her into her. What is fear of heights? But the fear to dream. You all have been a great crack to Con Science 101.
All right.
Yeah,
that was absolutely amazing.
Yes,
amazing.
Yes.
Amazing, man. I mean, I hung on every word.
Mm-hmm. You know,
I had to hear you share your story. Wow.
Yeah. One of the questions kind of too, like I asked Chev a little earlier. I should have just made my question to go around, Michael.
All right.
Con, what's your writing process like? You know, like some of these things you say in these like how did you come up with like this poem you just wrote, for example, or you just performed for us? Like what was going through your mind and how did you come up with that piece?
Fear of heights. I think it was more of more of a reflective piece because normally when I approached poetry, I'd approach it from a point of confidence to big myself up, you know. But I felt like a piece like this was more reflective to show, you know, vulnerability in the state, you know, to show, you know, my fears as well, because I actually did have a fear of heights growing up, you know. But the poem in itself, you know, speaks of the journey of getting over those fears. So for me to write it, I had to live it, you know. I had to go through it, you know. And as life, I feel like life wrote this poem, you know. I just kind of was the medium for it.
Oh, wow. I like that line about living it. I believe poetry is a lived experience, and it should be. You should put yourself in it. I really like that. I really like that. Well, all right.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, that was great. Great.
Thank you kindly.
All right. Aaron, I'm going to give people just a second to get situated, and we'll be right back for the next go-round.
Yeah, Michael. Play it. That's for you, buddy.
We are back. I am Michael Anthony Ingram. I'm here with my partner in crime, AaronRThePoet. Now you know it.
You all know it. That's right. That's right.
That's right.
And
poetically correct.
Yep, everybody out there didn't know that was Michael on the drums in the background playing that music out there, you know. My brother multi-talented out here.
I do it all, man. I was cooking some chicken, too, in the kitchen while the drums were playing.
Always.
While I was drumming. All right, well, let's start this show again.
All right.
All right.
We looping back around.
Yes, we go back around one more time, and we get people out of here. All right, this is India, you're on.
Yes.
Yes. You're on. You're on.
Yes.
Share.
Okay.
And anything else, too, you wanted to just share about it or yourself before, I guess, because we're going to go on this one last run around, I guess, just any upcoming projects you have or how people can reach you before you do your last piece.
And where are you located? Awesome. That's another big one.
Awesome. Okay, I am from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Yeah. And you can find me on Instagram. My name is INDEA. Last name is Hoffman, HOFFMAN. I am actually working to finish up my first book entitled Soul Searching. That will be released this June.
Awesome.
So this next piece I'm going to share is entitled Role Models. It's just started from the bottom like, oh my, it reached to the top like, yeah, how you travel to middle like, waist high, are you gonna let it ride and let it slide, boom, 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 Bum, 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 bum. A bum, 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 bum. You real niggas, you getting too big for your own britches. You don't want no black queens, you want twerking bitches. Abercrombie and Fitches. She don't cook, she don't clean, she don't do no dishes. As long as her brain game stays vicious. And this is the wife you want on your wish list. Your appetite for pleasing is delicious. We're all the good role models. I see in this era Satan's down just being sold in volume bottles. I got a couple of friends that been hit with hollows when they walk they wino 267. Real niggas don't make it to heaven, but good fathers do. He was 22, hard working in his suits, riding Benz coupe. They pulled him over, hands up, don't shoot. They hit him in his dome. They sent him home. They got sent on administrative leave. What more do you need to see? Being black in America is the world's pet peeve. You got better things to do. You got BETTE all things to do. We living in the land of the beast of the bully. You get sent upstate, refuse to be a Teletubby, hoping to not get raped by your sully and your butt getting smully. You traveling across state lines with two Duffies, all for the love of money. You's attracted to felony. Where are the good role models in the city of Philadelphia? You got better things to do. You got BETTE all things to do. And they say, this is the man's world. Open the oyster, take the pearl. Stop casting them amongst the pigs. And how much more longer you got to finish your bid? And you do what you do to feed your kid. But is this the way you really want to live? You got better things to do. You got BETTE all things to do. Role models. Thank you.
Oh. That was great. You hit a nail on the head with that one. You there, Aaron? Where is Aaron? Are you there?
Yeah, that was wonderful, India. That was wonderful.
Thank you.
I got so excited I had to mute my mic because I was over here yelling. I didn't want to interrupt your poem, but that whole BETTER thing, yeah, you did it. You did it. Thank you so much.
You're totally welcome. Totally welcome. Thank you for having me.
All right. Thank you again. You're a talented woman. Talented, extra talented. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Maya. You're on, Maya.
Hey.
Hello, yes.
Hey.
Still here. Great.
Okay.
So I guess, Maya, anything you want to do to plug yourself or what you got going on, and then you can share your last piece with us.
Yeah, so if you guys want to tune in and just hear more of my poetry, I guess just keep up to date with what I'm doing. There's so many things going on in 2022 for me, so the best way to keep up is to follow me on my IG. It's at Maya, Ngozi. That's Maya Ngozi, Ngozi. And I will be sharing a poem called Love in honor of Valentine's Day. Oh, yes, it's the month of love. Okay.
Awesome.
So, love, you listen to me. Something so simple captivated your attention. Eyes dilated, heart racing, mind gone. You amaze me with your ability to be present. Attention focused on the slight twitch of my fingers, gently swifting the short hairs flying across my eyes. Dazzling, at the warmth felt in your gaze. You felt like home. I couldn't unfeel this feeling. It was fleeting, almost cosmic. I felt safe with you. You listened to me. It didn't cost you a penny to do this, but effort. Effort to care and to notice me struggle. Noticing the bleak moments and peaks in my life. The small things matter to you just as much as it triggered me to scream, jumping up and down in pure bliss. I wanted to love you, not only in this lifetime, but in the next and the next, a twin flame kind of love. A love that will go through trying times and triumph and see white picket fence with beautiful big red accent front door. I wanted my happy ending with you. It only made sense in the grand scheme of things to live in a suburb and to raise two beautiful children. You breathe life into my body. You see, I was once collateral damage and other broken men's stories, but you made me the lead role in your movie. Pedestals elevated, I stood on, represented the dying breed of love that our grandmothers once spoke about around kitchen tables. The sound of sizzling fried chicken on the cast iron skillet. The aroma of peach cobbler filling the cavity of my naive chest. You healed old wounds. I knew what love was when my calls were returned. Asking for reassurance wasn't a privilege. It was given gently with empathy and love. You knew I've been hurt before. But if you were forced to iron out every wrinkle of anxiety and fear and pain in my body, you would. You showed me real love, true love. Windows to my soul, you gave me peace. I knew I loved you. When I realized that if seeing you happy meant losing you, I'd do it. I knew it was love when I didn't have to search for explanations of your behavior. I came to you to understand you. You gave me the peace of mind I needed to be soft-hearted, to be kind, to be feminine, to embody the essence and soul of love. I don't know how to quite end this. I know there are feelings I have yet to experience. But you are worth all sacrifices to meet you in physical form, love.
Oh. What would we have done without a poem during the season of love? You know what I'm saying?
I'm hot.
We needed that.
I am hot.
Thank you.
I'm hot. Man.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful.
Yep. I felt like I was. At one point, I just wanted to jump in and be like, Maya, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Like, you know, just that emotion you had in it. Like,
that's incredible.
Thank you.
Well,
thank you
Maya,
so much.
for having me.
Thank you again. You're incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Take
All
care.
right.
Bye now. Have a great
All
day.
right. You do. All right. All right. It is time for
So we got what?
the Camille Show.
Camille.
The Camille Show. Yes. Hello, Camille.
Hello.
Hello.
Camille, welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah. So anything you want to do to plug yourself or what you got upcoming, and then you can tell us about your last piece, and we'll go from there.
Okay. I'm working on a lot of things right now. I'm currently working on an album, but that's still in the works. So if anybody listening wants to keep track of me, my Instagram is Camille, CAMILLE.denine, DENINE, on all social media, and y'all can just follow me and check me out there. The last piece I'm going to do is the piece I did for the contest, so I hope I'll go ahead and get into it.
Oh, yeah. Brace yourself, Michael.
Yes.
Hi, I am Camille, and I'm not who I pretend to be. I claim that I'm strong and okay with being alone, but on most days my prayer and journaling time gets postponed because today I just don't feel like feeling. I get booked to do shows where people are impressed by my ability to be vulnerable, but it feels like the same gift that is opening doors for me is cursing me behind closed ones. My heart, while gentle, is guarded, steadily bleeding, it's never healed enough. I know that my presence and exterior seem tough, but I hate this. I never have my shit together. In love, I'm naive, never clever. I talk too much about my feelings. I think everything is my fault too much, not enough walking out my healing. My mouth gets crazy when I feel offended. I know I'm not the one who started it, but I'm damn sure the one who finished it. Then I regret the disrespect because I miss you. I never meant what I said when I dissed you, but you got to understand that at firsthand it felt like a slap in the face. I didn't give you a chance to explain, and later on I found out it wasn't the case, but then you flipped it. Now I'm feeling silly. I never wanted you to see the side of me that you did, but now I'm feeling guilty. Even though I know my words were justified, my words are like sharp knives to the soul, and I know you, so I know that you care about the things that I say. You act like you don't, but there's no way that I'm disconnected to you alone. I know you feel me in spirit. I know when my heart calls out to you, you can hear it. I know we often miss each other at the same exact time, and even though you aren't mine, I feel entitled. I heard that my poetry is better when I'm hurt. I'm concerned that all I'll know is heartache. What if when I'm happy my words don't hit the same and the only thing I'll be known for is my pain? I don't want my legacy's foundation to be built on how much I can endure. I don't want to be 40, still on heartbreak tours. I want to be healthy in every way that I'm supposed to be. I spend so much time focused on me that I'm concerned I'll make my healing my identity. Who am I outside of my pain? That's the question. It's always been so hard accepting that even though I'm upfront about my flaws, I can still be rejected. My vulnerability really is a blessing, but the process requires my complete and total attention, and some days I don't feel strong enough. Make me whole, I say in my prayers. I ask God to make me whole. Better be sure that when you pray, you're prepared for him to hear you. His presence is personal. I was just looking for some relief from the aching, but I didn't realize it meant that both people and things were up for the taking. I was just looking for some peace in my situation. Not too proud to beg, I pour my heart out. Never too grown to shed tears, I cry my eyes out. I'm incredibly flawed, but I wonder if anyone will be able to see the beauty in me. I'm sorry I made you feel small. I'll write you love letters and poems until you forgive me, and I don't care if it looks weak, because no one else is around when it's just you and me. My love language is words of affirmation, and I speak it fluently, but talking to you feels like I'm in a foreign land where no one else can understand what I'm saying, and it feels like a special kind of cruelty. I wish our chapter was longer, but every story has a proper beginning, middle, and end, but you and I, we were stuck in the climax. And speaking of every time you touch me, I did that. And since you won't let me talk to you, I hope that you're listening. Missing you was sickening, but your absence is necessary. I won't lie and say I wish you the best. If it isn't with me, I'm too selfish to want you to be happy with anybody but me. I'm not proud of it, but I've always believed in honesty. It's the best policy. It's the best policy, no matter how toxic. It's the best policy, no matter how toxic. I never meant for you to get this close to the keys in my heart. You could have unlocked it, but thank God he stopped it right before he made it, because there was only so much that I could do to keep delaying it. Because when I fall in love, the sky falls and the walls we're sitting in the way will collapse and shake the earth. My love is an earthquake. Passionate, resilient, and groundbreaking, and it takes the heaven of a man to withstand the heaviness of my heart. I wasn't made, I was sculpted art, placed here to be put on display. I don't create, I suffer for my art. So when you get a piece of me, know that you'll forever be changed. Years ago by, and your spirit will never forget my name, because when you met me, you got to be a part of history. That in itself is no small victory. I promise you'll never stop missing me. I don't know why I'm not who I pretend to be. Thank you.
Camille,
that was absolutely mesmerizing.
Oh my God!
I can't even get it out. I can't even say the words.
Man, yes,
wow,
yes,
wow.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. No, thank you.
That
You're
is the one. And I have to say this real quick. That's the one. Like, do you really feel like you are going to be, like, remembered for your pain or whatever? That's the poem I was talking about earlier, like that line right there.
Do I really feel like that? When I wrote it, I felt like that. I don't feel like that anymore. But when I wrote it, that's how I felt.
All right, understandable.
Okay.
Well, thank you. Thank you again for gracing us.
Thank you so much.
All right. All right.
Thank you.
All right. All right. All right.
They doing better the second go around than the first go around. I thought the first go around was enough.
That was
goodness.
All right. Well, let's bring back Chev. All right, Chev, you on there?
Chev. Yep.
You on there, my friend?
We back. So yeah, as we get ready to wrap up this show, Chev, tell people how they can find you, what else you got going on in your poetry career, and then we'll have you go into your last piece for the night.
If you live in Atlanta, start going to JR Crickets and getting wings more. You're going to run into me plenty. Honestly, if you want to find the poems, my Instagram was Chev_too much. That is CHEV_TOOMUCH. It was hacked, but they still got poems posted because, you know what I'm saying, they love the arts. They just love scamming more. So you can go on there, you can see some work while I rebuild and restock and rebrand. I'm also teaching a workshop in an hour. It's a virtual workshop. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
There's a short slam right after, which I am the feature at. We're going to be doing pieces from my upcoming book entitled It Be Like That, because it do. And if anyone hits me on my sleep Instagram, my little Vince LaChev, it's like Vince LaSalle, but Chev replaces the Sal because I like recess growing up, and he was my spirit animal.
All right,
spirit competitive and whatnot. And you can find me on Facebook at Siobhan Guthrie, because that's what my mama named me. CHEVONGUTHRIE. And I love to have anybody who wants to be at that workshop because it's $3.99 and sponsored by Berkeley University.
All right, man.
Awesome.
Well, all right. You're on, my friend.
Don't I?
Yeah, it's on you now.
Do I know poems?
If you need a suggestion, you can always do that other one.
Dr. King once said that if it falls your lot in life to be a street sweeper, you go forth and sweep streets like Michelangelo painted pictures. Like Beethoven composed music and like Shakespeare wrote poetry. You be the best at whatever you are. Take pride in your work. Because depression comes when there's no pride left to see. 23 years ago, it felt my lot to be a nigga. 3 years ago, it felt to be a dropout. 2 years ago, it felt to be homeless. I fell a lot. I starved so much, my body turned broomstick. Hell, I cried so much, my body turned mop until it felt my lot to be a poet. I slammed for food money, sometimes in packed venues, most times in packed train cars, but all times in ugly mirrors, just trying to see myself good. It's something I fell in love with my train car stage. Some days I wanted to stand on the tracks and give it a kiss at full speed. Michelangelo to smile to my jaw that felt like graffiti, hoping to be arrested for vandalism because they serve 3 meals a day in prison. I performed in the most gentrified of areas to avoid anyone I knew. Places where everybody's favorite poem is just something about black kids dying. Painting strange fruit the only way they knew to feed the starving artist. So I turned my notebook pages back into the trees we hung from, hoping that the firewood would keep me warm at night. A white woman hands me $1, turns to a daughter, and tells her I'm the most talented bum she's ever seen. Better than every hoodlum rapper on this train yesterday, and I wondered how pretty I must have made both of our deaths sound. Wondered if plucking bodies from pavement to make my meal make me a street sweeper or a vulture, but my thoughts keep getting drowned out by the growl, and my guts ain't get through the poem. That night, 2 guys put a knife on me in a subway, and I became jealous of my shadow. I was able to disappear in times of darkness. Ain't left nothing but darkness in my pockets after taking my pride, my cell phone, and some white woman's dollar. You know what it is to lose everything when you already had nothing. Police ask if I was on my way home at the time of the robbery, and I don't know how to tell them that this was a home invasion. But I'm so broke, I'm broken into that this body be larceny stolen from a person to live, that I am a person with a reason to live, that I am a street sweeper in a desert, and the dust in my lungs has made it too hard to pray. And all Dr. King got to say is no matter what you do in life, you better do it like 3 white men.
Capitalism say, boy, you look like the most talented vulture we've ever seen. My stomach say, boy, get through this poem before you got to star in someone else's. My pride say, stop apologizing for staying alive because sometimes sweeping streets feel a lot like cleaning caskets. The first draft of this poem was a train car kiss. It was a suicide note written on an ugly mirror because depression came and there was no pride left to take. You see, if you threw a brick through the windows of my soul, you'd have found nothing but time and a pen, so I wrote myself a future. I wrote myself here with all of you. I wrote the eulogy of everything that's ever tried to kill me. It is titled, boy, you're not Beethoven, you're music. You're not Shakespeare. You're the poetry itself. You are not Michelangelo, just a work of art. You are all the pride that comes with finding all the art within yourself, even on the days when you don't know it. You're the best at whatever you are, especially when all of that is still alive.
Wow. Man. We don't even know if you're done, but you're done, Chev. You're done.
That was outstanding, man. Outstanding.
Drops Mike. Goodness gracious, he's done it again.
Yeah, that was beyond the norm, truly.
Yeah, I'm
really
glad
like
we're gonna be able to hear these all over again. I know what I'm gonna be doing tomorrow. Listening to this on repeat.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Sheriff. Thank you so much, man.
Oh my gosh,
a phenomenal artist. Thank you. All right. Yeah, you got it, man.
Well,
to bring us home tonight.
And Conscience was the runner-up, too. So y'all just heard the champion, first place of the Poetically Correct contest, New Year's edition. And then Conscience was second place. So that's perfect that they ended the show. Everybody was phenomenal, too, as y'all have heard. So, Conscience, you ready to tell everybody how they can find you, what you got upcoming? And then your last night.
All right, Conscience, you're
all right. What's happening, y'all folks? You can find me on all social media at Conscience101. Conscience101 with a K. If you can't spell it, it ain't for you. It only take a GED. I'm on Facebook as Jonathan Tony Pierre, but you can also find me there as Conscience101. All right. I do got a project coming out real soon. It's called Amani 2. Seeing doubles. However, while one is out on all streaming platforms, including YouTube, which this video will be dropping on as well. So once you're done listening to all of this dope poetry, if you'd like to go listen to some dope music, you can find it there as well. Conscience101, Amani. Hella dope project. It was my EP last year. I dropped it for my girl on Valentine's Day. Check it out and tell me what you think.
All right.
All right. So, we're going to move into the next piece, I guess. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Yes, we're ready, man.
I already know what's about to happen. I got my water.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
All right. All right, let's do this then. I said them walls gonna come down. Babylon is gonna fall down. I know Jehovah beside me. No one gonna find me. Them walls gonna come down. I said them walls gonna come down. Babylon is gonna fall down. I know Jehovah beside me. No one gonna find me. Them walls gonna come down. Hello, and good afternoon, my fellow Americans. I'm here to talk to my fellow brethren, the the 16% of population that caught that previous sentence. Yeah, shouted. I'm talking to you. Those that have not fallen victim to the system of drones. See, we treat our lives like spelling in our phones. We've done away with the white out and allowed the ink to pollute our bones. But hey, I guess it's better to autocorrect than double back when you're wrong. I'm actively trying to activate the state of activism in our PCs. People of color, please. I'm actively trying to activate the state of activism in our PCs because we've been programmed by programs to believe that Bob Marley's whole message was on smoking weed, but standing up for your rights died in the 90s. Obesity leads to death. To fill yourself up with junk, lay on the couch and watch TV. See, I'm here to do for you what my father did for me and raise your state of desire for activity. Pull your brothers up instead of pulling up on them. I said, pull your brothers up instead of pulling up on them. Instead of robbing organizations, why not build them? Heck, instead of spraying the streets black, why not bring Black Wall Street back? Screw being Americans. Screw being Americans. It's time to teach our kids what it means to be black. With one voice and one fist, we march. We march for our ancestors. We march for our children. We march for revolution. Trayvon Martin, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Mike Brown, rest in peace. Afros all across the globe, I'm sorry. This is a truth that we've been teaching for years. See, our people say they want a revolution, but in reality, our people fear the revolution. Our people fear anything that has to do with the revolution. Our people fear anything that they're not accustomed to, even if what they're accustomed to is wrong. See, in the days of slavery, we fought for a revolution. But we've allowed the Uncle Toms of the world to silence us, the pacifier that lulls us to sleep. But as his story shows, the Afro in America is hungry, and he will not be silenced. The media promotes violence as officers lash out against my kind, and I'm taught to send more of my women and children out for the slaughter. Oh no, my brothers. Oh no, my sister. I'm here to tell you that there is no greater devil than the ones that they placed on the minds of our people. There will not be a revolution one day. There will not be a revival of the passive Afro-Americans because the revolution will not be televised. It will not be found in the ending credits of Scandal, nor will it air on the 6 o'clock news, and Dar shall not have to know Cleveland versus Warriors game. Oh, no, my brother. Oh, no, my sister. The revolution is live. The revolution is life. The revolution is now. So PPCs, activate yourselves. I spaz out when I pass out. Sleeping on me guaranteed a brick in your glass house. I could flow quicker than Weezy claim to make them tap out. I should be the best rapper, but I'd rather be the answer to my generation's modern warfare. The score's clear. Robot drones still trying to steal the block ops. They shoot first and ask questions. The media's misdirecting. Quotes to the masses, set of item and sections. Half don't watch the news, others too stupid to listen. Brothers all about a dollar when US currency switching. I'm still the slickest villain. I'm killing, selling. But I guard your children. I'm chart killing on a mission to make $1 million. Smart niggas is extinct. I'm at the brink with this ignorance. Because if niggas would think, then niggas wouldn't be niggas. I'm the self-proclaimed savior to the hip-hop biz. Jump on the bandwagon side. We need more soldiers for this. The government's a female and you can't run over chicks, so either ride with your man or you can die with your bitch. Because I'm tired of this ish. When high hopes falls to the masses, it takes a large, when high hopes falls to the masses, it takes a large man to move smooth like molasses to catch it. Hidden in the captions lies a crippling catalyst, a cadmus for captains held captive by the chains we fashioned. Said when high hopes falls to the masses, it takes a large man to move move like molasses to catch it. Hidden in the captions lies a crippling catalyst, a cadmus for captains held captive by the chains we fashioned. There's a lesson to be mastered if you grasp it. I record it, never distorted. This poet's floor is an ornament to the tree of light. My light provides words that end life's curse of ignorance. Blissful tendons, my wrists have the tendency to inflict passion when I spit. The blind stares of 1,000 eyes couldn't realize the potential that rests in my mental and MC center. Cure the world of its sinful thoughts centered around sensual, sublime messages. My pencil never could pencil their discrepancies. I write death sentences to the high powers. So PPCs, activate yourselves. You all have been a great crowd. I'd like to thank you all for coming out to Con Science 101.
Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Man, I was trying not to remember some of that. I was trying not to yell in the background and throw you off, brother. I gotta ask you though, do you use some of that alliteration like on purpose? Because I know you do that a lot in your rhymes. Like, is that one of your main things you do?
Oh yeah, I do it everywhere, man. I do it in my music. I do it in my poetry. I do it in my comedy. It's a signature now.
Yeah.
Wow. Been battle rap everywhere.
You're a special gentleman,
you
man.
You did it.
You really are.
Yep.
You really are. Wow.
I appreciate you, brother.
I'm going to remember that one for a long time. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Well, Aaron, what I'm going to do... What I'm going to do is just open up the lines to everybody just to say thank you to everybody. Everybody's on the air right now. India.
And too, Michael, let me give a quick shout out to you as the judge and also our other judges, Brian, out there, and Delin, who is also our judge. Want to shout y'all out. Appreciate the support.
Yes.
That was
it was great. It was a tough competition, man. It was tough. We had to really deliberate. It was tough. So any comments from the field? Anything anybody want to say about tonight before we get out of here?
I want to
thank you
so much for inviting me. Thank you so much. I enjoyed all the poets once again. You can find me on Instagram. My name is Indea, Indea. Last name is Hoffman, Hoffman. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. Anybody else want to say anything before we go?
Absolutely. It was dope, man. The lineup was crazy. All of you are awesome. If you ever want to do something online, like for your fans, for my fans at any point in time, like I'm definitely down. You know, I work with any of y'all, especially my boy says, man, that you killed it. Everybody tonight killed it, man. It was
everybody
dope.
killed it.
It was dope.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah. Please definitely tag us so we can all follow each other and, you know, stay linked, stay connected. You know, all of us has great material, so I'm sure we have great material outside of our poetry. Let's just, you know, stay networked.
Yep.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Aaron R., anything you want to say before we go? Got about 60 seconds left.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody for your support, everybody that's listening, that's tuned in. Appreciate all the poets. All of y'all were wonderful. It was hard to pick two people, but we'll probably have another contest at the end of the summer, so stay tuned. YouTube.com/AaronRThePoet for all the videos and to hear all of these artists. And a special thank you, Michael, as usual, for being a legendary host. The legendary host.
This was great.
The legend.
This was great. I'm just glad to have an opportunity, man, to be here, to hear these uplifted voices. It's been fantastic. Fantastic. And I salute you, Aaron. You continue to put out quality work. I mean, so I'm very proud of you, my friend.
Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that.
All right. Well, to our listening audience, I'd like to say thank you for tuning in, and we'll be back for another contest, so just be ready. All right. Good night, everybody.